kind of do, especially at parties back in the day, where people kind of do that head turn to you, like, what the fuck is that? By
There's an
magic.
introduction. There's the introduction. You heard him.
Smoke your own.
Brian's
Yeah,
back.
calm down, Brian. Calm down, Brian.
Calm down, Brian. Calm down.
Fuck.
That's what I'm known for, getting crazy.
Yeah.
Just
Right, so
I'm
we're
pretty laid
live,
back.
and welcome to Live from Airstrip 1. Again, we're back. And as you heard, we have Brian with us. Say hello, Mr. Rubber Duckies.
Yeah, I'm excited to be back. I appreciate you guys moving this from the shows and all that kind of stuff. Life just keeps kind of getting longer and longer, and being invited to shows in a weird way, you have to go, or there's usually a pretty good chance that you won't get invited back. So with some of those, you have to continue to go, or it just doesn't work out. So I appreciate you guys working around my schedule, but to have a national brand means I got to do pretty much 2 shows a month now.
That's good, though. You're keeping you busy. It keeps food on your table, which is the main thing, isn't it, really?
Yeah, keeping the kids protected. It's crazy here in Denver if you can't live in certain spaces, man. It's nuts.
Also with us, we obviously have Mackie. Hello there, Mackie.
Yay for Mackie!
Just a quick shout out there. I know we're talking about Charlie Kirk and stuff today, but also want to remember that Tupac, 29 years today, man.
Is it? Is that today?
Hey,
wow. Shit, man. That's a long time, innit? That is a long time.
It's incredible to think of what he could have achieved if he didn't die so young.
But also saying that 2 days ago, 24 years ago, was 9/11.
Damn.
24 years, man. It's like, wow. So time flies.
Did you see the video of Tupac and Suge Knight the night that Tupac got killed?
No. There's a video?
Yeah, he goes and he confronts I believe it was a Crip gang member, like an OG type individual, a scary individual. And Tupac ran up on him because he had Suge Knight behind him and took his chain.
But so I think the guy had robbed Tupac recently.
Obviously. Yeah, well, they all do that,
Tupac,
you know?
Yeah. So Tupac had to show you and Tupac was, he's just he wasn't a real gangster. He was...
Well, he had Suge Knight with him,
Yeah.
You and I could walk up to the biggest bag, especially in his prime, and nobody's going to touch you if Suge Knight's behind you.
Mm-hmm.
That's why
Gotta stop saying that name, bro. You can't say his name. He's he's
3 times
of hip hop. Yeah, gosh, man, it's gonna be right there. We need to be careful, bro.
Yeah, man.
Say his name. Up there.
But yeah, sorry to make a fucking tangent at the start of the show like that, but I just want to, I have a big respect for Tupac and the things he achieved.
Great music, man. I grew up on that stuff.
Still, even now, after all this time, still the best.
Oh yeah, for sure. He certainly was.
Mm-hmm.
So then,
but anyway, yes, I am Mackie from the UK, everybody, and I feel a little bit ranty today because this has been one of those weeks. A lot of shit's happened. We're going to be talking about that, but things are just getting fucking ridiculous now. What are you saying, Billy? I'll stop there and let you introduce us.
Yeah, well, after that introduction, we need to say no more. But as we move on to here, today's subject is about civil war. But first of all, I need to say Charlie Kirk was assassinated, as a lot of you probably seen out there, quite horrifically in public, in front of his family. And that.
Did you see the video? You saw the video,
crazy.
didn't you, Billy? Because she was in the Zoom call with us. Because I saw that. I went onto YouTube. And I seen a stream was going on where it says an active shooter in a particular. I was like, oh shit! And I clicked on it, and as soon as I clicked on it, I heard, and it was just like the camera looking at a certain place. I didn't know what was going on, but there was somebody walking past the camera, and he shouted, "Charlie Kirk's been shot!" And that's the first I heard of it. Just tuning into this stream and hearing the guy say, "I'm like, Charlie Kirk got shot? Shit! Is it all right?" And then I'm watching the live stream carry on. And then the guy, Matt Morse, is the guy doing the live stream. And he says, "Oh, I've just seen the video. It doesn't look good." So then I'm like, there's a video out there? I need to go see, because I wanted to see how badly he was injured. So then I went to X, found the video, and it was just like very, you Billy seen it. You seen it, Brian?
Yeah, I've seen the unedited version as well, the unblurred vision. And in hindsight, I wish I wouldn't have seen that.
Yeah. And because it's really graphic, and when you see that kind of injury take place, I instantly thought it's going to be difficult for him to get through that. That's a fatal injury. But then I was trying to compromise with myself, like, no, he's going to be okay because he does this often. He's probably got a team of people. You know, when the president goes out places, they'll have a team with him, and they'll have an ambulance there with blood in case he needs a blood transfusion, just in case the worst thing does happen. And I thought this could be possible for Charlie Kirk as well. Maybe he takes these level of precautions. But then, like half hour later, they're showing where they're carrying him into a vehicle, and you see that it's just a normal SUV, and you're like,
There's
oh,
no
they
ambulance
didn't.
there.
Oh, yeah. It's like
That's sad.
it just wasn't going to make it. But we held on for about an hour because we were watching the stream in the Zoom room. Then we had Billy there, John was there, and we were just watching this stream take place and just hoping for the best, hoping that this guy pulls through. Because regardless of if you believe or follow or agree with anything that he says, nobody should have to go through this shit, man. So we're all just there crossing our fingers, hoping this guy pulls through. And we saw tweets. Oh yeah, he's passed away. Oh no, he's in stable condition. Oh, he's in critical condition. No, that early on, we were there watching it, and then it was just declared at one point when Trump released his statement saying Charlie Kirk has passed away. And it's just like, fuck, man, fuck.
Yeah, it's very horrific. Quite very shocking moment as well. Very telling in the world we live in as well.
I got a friend and we were just talking about Charlie Kirk just a few days ago before all this shit happened, and me and him, we've been friends for like 30 years, and we're into graphic videos. We have a group, where we watch graphic videos of people being horrifically injured, and you kind of get desensitized to it. And I've seen so much graphic shit on the internet because of that, and with my friend here who's also seen graphic shit. But seeing that video of Charlie Kirk, it just hit differently, man. I think it's because, we were kind of followers. We all know of him. We've seen his stuff online, and so I don't know, it's just more familiar than just watching a random person being injured on the internet. You're watching somebody who you followed for a while get horrifically injured on the internet here. Completely different fucking feeling. And it affected me, still affected me now, but the day after, even the night of the day, I'm trying to sleep and just thinking about how he was hit and how he fell back and how his body reacted, and just the whole fucking image just burned in my memory there. It's so fucking savage. It's so tragic, man.
Yeah, it's horrible that it was in front of his wife and family, his young daughter. His young daughter ran to him because she was scared of the noises.
Yeah, dude.
That's when that's when I heard that. I thought, oh, that's just horrible. And people were celebrating this. You fucking sick cunts, basically. Want nothing to do with that sort of person, if you know what I mean. If you're celebrating that.
Yeah.
And how it happened.
But not even just celebrating it, because you got people who are straight up celebrating it, who are just mentally fucking ill people. And these people claim to be on the moral high ground, these fucking lefties, these nutcases, man. But then you've also got people trying to be like, oh, he had it coming. Because he said, oh, gun deaths are a good thing, it's for the Second Amendment. And it's like, when he's talking about gun deaths, he doesn't mean brutal, cold-blooded killing somebody, like shooting him in the fucking neck in front of their family. He's like, that's not what he means. But they take everything he says out of context and try and make out like he was the devil and he deserved this. Nobody deserves this, man.
He means some cunt. I'm just saying that what he means by gun deaths is some cunt gets shot while he's trying to rape a woman or something. Like, isn't it? There's going to be gun deaths. There's burglaries gone wrong. Isn't it? It's like that. That's what he means by gun deaths, not some fucking cunt assassinating someone.
Yeah. Yeah, because of the things you said. Because then there was more posts where I saw some fucking dickhead. Because it was really bad the next day, just seeing anybody just trying to excuse what had happened to him. And I saw somebody like, you're the kind of people who would have Hitler sitting there getting shot and feel bad for him. And it's like, Hitler killed 6 million people. You know how many people Charlie Kirk killed? Fucking zero. He just spoke. He just offered conversation to people who differed in opinion from him. And regardless if you agree with him or not, guy doesn't deserve to be shot. Guy doesn't deserve to be killed. He doesn't deserve to have his family there watching the last bits of blood pour out of his fucking neck. These people are sick people, man. If anybody is out there celebrating the death of Charlie Kirk, you really need to assess your fucking lives, man. It doesn't matter if you agreed with him or not. As I say, it was his opinions and he was just sharing it and never committed violence against anybody. So to sit there and celebrate somebody's death like that in such a horrific way, and you're celebrating, you'll get some fucking help, man, because you really fucking need it. Just
Yeah, you
saying.
should be
Sorry,
in
I
a
told you I was
fucking
going to
mental
get a bit
asylum.
ranty.
No,
I
that's
don't want to get too
true.
ranty.
Yeah,
I just want
100% on everything you said, man. It's fucking bullshit.
Fucking
Fucking
cunts,
wank.
man.
Cunts. Exactly. So, how about you, Brian? What do you think?
Well, since all this has happened in the last, like I remember where I was. I was in Valdosta, Georgia, when September 11th happened. I remember I was in Savannah, Georgia, when Columbine happened.
Damn.
A lot of other things have happened here in Colorado, and then for Charlie Kirk thing, I think in hindsight, and as time goes by, we're gonna remember this as the time where things changed in our society, the same way those other events happened.
Oh,
Because I
yeah, for
think
sure.
the veil of now we can kill, or the potential to now, like society saying, now that that's kind of come into the ether of the mindset of human beings, I'm terrified that this is going to start to happen as often as school shootings. And if it does start to occur that way, I mean, what is going on with human beings? And it almost feels like a psyop of us to hate each other, because
Mhm.
all of this other stuff that's going on, the Epstein stuff, the bombing in Qatar, that that stuff is scary in itself. And then for someone to get assassinated basically on live TV, where everyone sees it, or within, I would say, probably 30 minutes, almost the whole Western world had seen that.
Mhm.
And to see it without the filter and everything, our society has changed.
Yeah.
And that's the scariest part of this, is where does it go from here?
Mhm.
I would also like to point out that Charlie started to speak on things. It was almost like he was starting to feel differently about the way that the world is currently working. And there has been some pretty good arguments and some good videos to show that there was potential of Charlie feeling frightened because of some of the ways that he started to speak. And then once he spoke his truth on some of those manners, he started to get death threats. And so that part is very weird. And the fact that, okay, so a lot of public people get death threats, but then you're telling me this 22-year-old kid, or 23, however he was able to really pull this off. It just always seems like a one in a million type of, you know.
Yeah, but that
Yeah.
does
Yeah.
happen. Like Joe Rogan, out
Yeah.
of all the podcasts out there, is just massive for some reason. Some people just manage to hit the algorithm mark, get it on the right time, and put in a lot of effort as well. He put in a lot of effort into what he does, and into speaking, and to changing people's minds,
Do
and
you
to
I
think
think
debate.
that Tyler Kidd really did that?
Yeah, I think so. Well, from
Yeah,
the
with
evidence that's
help.
popped up so far, I don't think, but I don't think it was a professional hit. It's like people are like, oh, it's a professional hit. I don't see how that could happen. And it is possible for somebody to just get lucky with the shot. And I mean, he
That
hit him in the neck. He wasn't going to be aiming for the neck. He would have been aiming for his head, maybe, or aiming for his chest. And then, he hit slightly high or slightly low, depending on where he was aiming at, and would have got a lucky shot and got him in the neck. That's all. I think that was what took place here. I don't think it
I
was a
wa-
professional thing, but who knows?
I just wanted to add something. I watched a gentleman that was a sniper in the U.S. military, and he was speaking on that, watching the video when it first happened, right? So that would have been September 10th. And
Mhm.
he was saying that he thought that the person that shot Charlie Kirk was an assassin. And so then more video comes out, and he's like watching it. And then that next day, that September 11th, that morning, I watched another video that he put out, and he was correcting everything, because he was saying, now that I've been able to see this, and the way that the guy responded after he shot Charlie, he said, there's no way that a professional would act like that. And there's no way that a professional would ever take the risk of shooting somebody outdoors like that, where they have to run and all those cameras will see them.
Mm.
So it was very eye opening to take his like
It's just
his
one of these things, isn't it? And it's the same thing which happened with Kennedy and JFK and Lee Harvey Oswald. It's because it's such a horrific thing and it's so big and it's made such a huge impact. People find it really hard to think that it was just one crazy dickhead who has done this. You know, it feels more comfortable to think it was some elaborate scheme and it has to be some kind of huge conspiracy because it's had such a huge impact on everything. Then the only thing that brings reason to it is, oh, it must be something that's huge. But realistically, these things happen, man. It's tragic as fuck. And it
Yeah, it's
doesn't need some
strange.
huge conglomerate to be behind it. It could just be one nutcase who got lucky because Charlie Kirk, he's done this for a long time. And he's had many, many, many death threats. But he continued to do it anyway. You know, he's gone out there and because this is what he does, man. And he must have been terrified, but he's still brave enough that even if he's receiving all these death threats all the time, he still went out there and did his thing. And there would have been hundreds of times, well, maybe, I don't know, hundreds, that might be excessive, but many, many, many times where he's gone out there and he has death threats on him specifically for that event and has gone out and done it and something's been, prevented from happening. And it's just this time, this guy got through and made a lucky shot. It's tragic,
Yeah, it's strange
could
how
happen at any time.
just one person, it's just normally just one or two people can alter the course of the world, like individuals. Sort of like, well, Hitler, an individual who altered the world. He obviously had people around him, but he was still an individual that started this movement, if you know what I mean. So it's, if you have the bullshit to do what you want to do, then you can change things as long as you, because they say he was supported by someone now, the evidence is coming through and stuff. So it's just odd. So I think what we got to do now is we're just going to have a moment of silence just for Charlie, light up a joint, have a few tokes, because it was quite horrific and I feel bad for his family. So on the count of 3, we're going to smoke. 1, 2, 3. That's it. Thank you. That'll do. Cheers, Charlie. I'm sure he's gonna live on anyway because it seems that a lot of people like fucking. This is gonna change America in a big way. Like you said, Brian, I think it is gonna be like a moment where people reflect on why and how and what happened, because it's becoming too often that this sort of type of thing's happening. Because obviously you had the shot at Trump, or 2 shots at Trump, isn't it? And other people, the CEO was murdered. And again, like, this moves into the Civil War stuff with war that is the left wing and the right wing extremists now going to have a war with each other. Because everyone in the middle ain't going to be in the Civil War. They're not going to pick up a gun and start shooting at each other. It's just going to be the extremists. But are we coming to that side of things now? Well, you live there, Brian, so what do you think? Are you a bit closer to the Civil War? Was this an act of Civil War?
No, I think, to be truthful, man, I think most Americans are all bark, not bite. I think that if some shit really went down, a lot of people would die in horrific ways.
Fucking cowards, basically, you're saying it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I agree with that as well. There are a lot of fucking cowards out there who wouldn't do the things they say they're going to do and would want to do. But there's also others that there's a lot that would, I think, and probably push it even further. So do you think that the young people, like Generation Z as they're referred to, do you think they're going to be the ones that change things? Because they're the ones that seem to be the ones who are brainwashed either way. Like the left wing seem to be so farly brainwashed in that side of things that, like, it's creating this young kid that have gone out and just shoot someone for being a debater. Like, this is what universities do. Like, you have prestigious awards. Like, you give scholarships to people because they can talk really well. And now they're shooting each other. It's like, what the fuck? Where does it go from here? And the only thing, because obviously, like my generation, like the Gen X, we're getting too old. We might be willing to actually fight, but what are we fighting, sort of thing? Because it seems like it's the brainwashed youth that are creating all the issues at the minute, and some of the boomers they're referred to, isn't it? Sort of like, and all the boomers, sort of like. So what you're saying is everyone in between that isn't really into the into the violent side of things, I suppose. Are they political as well, if you got what I mean? Because it seems that there's a lot of old boomers political, and there seems a lot of young people now seem to be doing it because the universities are forcing it on them. But all the middle-aged don't seem to be. They're more interested in getting their kids to school. And shit like that. They're going to work each day, 9 to 5, getting home, putting their feet up, playing with the kids, sort of thing. They're not bothered about what's going on in the real world, like in politics and online on Twitter. They're too fucking busy. Yeah,
got work to do, got kids to look after.
Yeah,
ain't got time to watch the fucking news, which is a good thing. Because I find, I hope I don't get all ranty again, but the mainstream media, we do not hate the media enough. Everybody, the poison they are putting out there to people is, I was screwing it today because it's just so much bullshit. Everything has to be twisted on both sides, man. It's like nobody's telling the truth anymore, regardless of what political side it affects. Somebody needs to tell the truth and stop fucking spinning shit, man. It's bullshit. I mean, this guy who allegedly killed Charlie Kirk here, they're saying, oh, it comes from a Republican family. He's definitely a Republican. And it's like, oh, he comes from college and he might have a trans roommate who helped him and there was trans stuff written on the bullets. It's like, why? It just seems
there
to be.
wasn't trans stuff written on the bullets, though. That's the weirdest thing.
But the thing is, we don't know yet. There's still so much that is being investigated, and we need to finally get the results of these investigations.
Yeah,
and get some actual evidence. Too many people just jump into conclusions while the fog of war is still up, and just trying to say things to make things fit when there's still so much out there to be figured out before we can make an actual conclusion of what's going on and who was responsible and why he did it. But people just want to throw out random things to try and place the blame on people who don't fucking deserve it. It's like the Charlie Kirk episode of South Park has been taken down, and people on the right are ranting about, not all of them. There's just a few of them, but they get heard a lot. Where it's like, oh, this is South Park's fault. They were fucking taking the piss out of him, and it's like, it's not South Park's fault. They just made a fucking episode. It's the guy who pulled the trigger who has the blood on his hands, in my opinion. He's the dickhead who went out there and fired the shot. But at the same time, when it comes to these mainstream media networks, look at the way they spoke about Charlie Kirk. Look at the way they speak about people on the right all the time. It's Nazis, fascists. They say all this horrible shit.
A danger to society, they call people as well, which is
a threat to our democracy. All of this stuff. And if you've got a young person who's already got issues with hormones because they're going through puberty and all that shit, and then they might have some mental illness. They might be on some pills that messes with their brains. SSRIs they can cause suicidal thoughts. So you would think at the same time it would have homicidal thoughts go along with that as well. And then these kids, they get confused. And if they had an actual Nazi put in front of them, they had fucking, Hitler's third in command, not one of the big guys. So everybody knows his name, just a guy. It's a Nazi. He's out there. He's one of the evil ones. And you was like, kill him as a Nazi, then they would do it, wouldn't they? Because it's a fucking Nazi. Like, of course, it's the right thing to do. So when you're constantly throwing this Nazi label onto people who just discuss their opinions in a debate fashion, then they think that it's their duty to go out there and hurt this person because it's a Nazi. I'm doing the right thing for the Republic, for democracy. I'm doing the right thing. I have the moral high ground. So that needs to stop. That kind of rhetoric is not fucking cool. And this happens on both sides, but mainly it goes from the left to the right. The Republicans getting called Nazis and fascists and all this shit. It's just not fucking cool, man. To dehumanize people in that way puts them at risk. That shit needs to stop.
Shooting the fascist to stop him speaking because you don't like what he says because you can't beat him arguments with words. It's like, what the fuck?
Calling someone a fascist and then shooting them is exactly. The ultimate. Exactly. Yeah, and
but they still don't get it, do they? That's the problem, isn't it? I think we have is that they still don't get how mental they actually are. It's like fucking hell. It's like.
But they wouldn't get it. This is the thing, because a crazy person doesn't know that they're crazy. Somebody who's being brainwashed and propagandized doesn't realize it.
No.
And it's a question I ask myself a lot. You have to ask yourself this, everybody.
Have I been brainwashed?
Have I been propagandized? Always be critical of everything you've been told in the past and what you're receiving now. And even the positions you stand now, why do you think that?
Yeah.
Instead of going and looking up on the fucking news to ask them what to think, break down your own positions step by step and take them to their logical conclusions. Have a debate with yourself. Break down your own opinions to the most logical level and see if you still agree with that concept.
Innit? What would
Don't
Dr. Spock think?
You know what I mean? You have to do
logic,
this yourself. We can't trust the
yeah.
news and the establishment to do this for us. You can't just see what you see on the TV and think that it's all true. They're telling you the truth. They want you to know the facts because they don't. They want you to click the link. They want you to watch the video. They want you to leave a comment. They want you to get angry. They have this rage bait thing. We used to have clickbait where they just want to try and encourage you to click things. But now rage bait is the thing where they just want you to get angry. So you respond to the video. So you respond to the news link. This is crazy shit we're seeing going on. And this is the media pushing. 90% of this shit is down to the media just being dickheads. And something needs to be done about them motherfuckers, man.
Also, just because I suffer from like the PTSD, like CPTSD, I live in fight flight a lot. So obviously I'm in this mode. But if people can, in their university years, keep up the rage for long enough, it does change and alter how you think permanently as a person. I did done as a child, so obviously I've sort of really damaged. But doing it to still a young mind is still gonna cause like permanent sort of scarring, and sort of, which is why we're getting all this sort of like levels of mental health we've got, I think, because of the constant fear that they've been told to live in. Everyone's out to get them somehow. You know what I mean? So
somebody's out to get you, you know?
Yeah, somebody hates you, somebody's like microaggression and all of that. It's like, what do you mean a microaggression? What the fuck, mate?
Words of violence.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, words of violence. It's like, fucking hell, 20 years ago on Call of Duty, like, the more words of violence you could come out with, the funnier it was. And everyone laughed. It's like, oh, that was well funny. He proper roasted you. And then you're sitting there trying to think how you can roast him back. Yeah? And that's where now you're getting reported. You know what I mean? For the same thing. And this is on a war game where you're killing each other. And like, they're using the word cunt everywhere. It's like, it's fucking hell. It's like, what is it? Like, the parents are not getting involved in their lives, the children's lives, into what they're really looking at as well, what they're doing. It's like there's no communication. They're in an age of
things
communication.
Are moving so quick, and people are
no
so busy all the time now.
Yeah, I think that's well. You have been forced to put yourself such into like the. Well, it's not a 9 to 5 now. It's more like a 7 till 10 at night sort of fucking working regime, 80 hours a week, that you haven't got time to raise your kids, so you give them to someone else to raise, and then some psychopath in a school raises them somewhere because they're too stupid and they've been indoctrinated to get other jobs anywhere. Why the fuck do we employ the most stupidest people to be teachers? Why haven't we got like a university allegedly bullshit. Why have we not got university level teachers in for all schools, if you know what I mean? Why is a 6-year-old not learning algebra? Because they can't
That's
fucking
why the wealthy put their children in private school.
Exactly, because we choose to use it as one of the lowest paying jobs ever. It's like, what the fuck? Someone driving a train gets 3 times the amount of money as a teacher in the UK. It's fucking stupid. It's like someone driving a train can press buttons and do their knitting. It's fucking ludicrous. No, I'm ranting. Yeah, go on.
You see the guy in the chat? Can we address that? I don't know if we want to encourage this kind of thing. I don't even know what it really means. This Sea Fresh 1000. He said, "We'll be honest," or I don't know. That's like, we all be honest. None of you guys say the stuff Charlie say. Blame Charlie when you spread a certain message. It comes back. Kids think differently from adults. So I don't really know what he means by that, but I'm assuming. No. And please tell me if I'm wrong, that you're trying to insinuate that Charlie had this coming because he had certain perspectives on the Second Amendment or something, right? Is that the impression you got, lads? I don't know. Am I just getting it twisted there? Because I think it's a disgusting perspective. I've seen people with this perspective. He had it coming. He didn't fucking have it coming. I don't care what he said. I don't care what he said. Things. He made noises with his face that people didn't fucking like. So they shot him.
Yeah, what he had coming back was more words to discuss what rhetoric, isn't it? Yeah, which is what he done. Campus kids aren't adults. No, but they are adults. that's how you form your adult mind from the
Yeah.
age of 18. That's how you form who you are and find out how you think, and you
the
do that
prefrontal
by
cortex
discussing.
isn't fully developed until the age of 25.
Yeah,
But that doesn't mean people under the age of 25 should be able to just go and do
innit?
whatever the
So
fuck they like and
kids aren't
suffer no
adults.
consequences.
Fucking hell! Like, tell that to someone who was like 18 to 25, like fucking 10,000 years ago, who were fucking hunting bears with their fucking shit. If you know what I mean? It's like fuck's sake. It depends on the person as well. It's like fucking. I was doing stuff at the age of 8. Even fucking 18-year-olds weren't capable of doing, like looking after yourself and travelling around. It's like it depends on who you are and how you think and who's taught you, and that's the problem. The universities are brainwashing people because we're not choosing the right people to then educate our children, and that's again.
Do you think it's part of the plan? I mean, let's take it to that
Yeah,
conspiracy
totally.
level. Because who was it? What's the name of that guy? Fucking man, Yuri Bezmenov. Was that the name of the guy? I think that might be it. Who he had some speech in the 90s that said Russia and China are going to play the long game, just infiltrate universities, infiltrate the education system, infiltrate media, and just try and just ruin the mindset of a country, play the long game, take 40, 50 years to just ruin their whole way of thinking by infiltrating the education system. And, having teachers be trained in a particular way to, so they can not think in the same way, not have no critical thinking, just take the information in and spew it out to the next person. Their ability to critical think doesn't work anymore, and they just with these Marxist principles that they have as well, which I'm not too keyed up on Marxism and shit like that, so I don't know whether to say it's a good way or a bad way, because I just don't know enough about economics to that kind of level. But this is the thing that they're trying to push on people, this social aspect as well. So maybe it's just a way that the Russians or the Chinese or an adversary has been trying to take down the Western world for a long time. Maybe this is all part of their plan.
Oh, they've been pushing that as well. Obviously, they said about China as well, pushing these views across America and the Western world just to cause turmoil within society, which they certainly have done. And to be honest, why wouldn't they? That's if they are the traditional enemy, then that's what they would do. The same as Russia, creating like 1 billion bots to chat shit and make us all fight amongst ourselves. It's like, why would you not want to slow down your mortal enemy? It's like if they didn't do it, then I'd be worried. There's definitely something wrong with them. Then we'd be thinking, I hope they're not thinking of pressing buttons, because that's the last resort, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So
Adam Bomb in the chat there says, and this is it's a true statement. Fact of the matter is, angry people vote.
Yeah,
it's an important aspect, man.
But that's okay, because they're showing themselves in the vote and not showing up with violence. So vote all you want,
Yeah, because that's using words. That is part of your. Oh, that's a word. Your vote is a word, isn't it? It's like you're ticking it on a box, but your word is who you voted for. And I think when I was younger, sort of like everyone who done debating, you thought, oh, look at them like posh fucking snooty fucks and like library studied people. But now I understand why it's such an important thing. If you know what I mean, because you should debate and discuss all the world views, because that's how you educate each other. Like that's how we actually learn.
But it's that whole debating thing. Knowing the what's it called?
Socrates.
The Socratic method.
Yeah.
The way where you break things down to this logical conclusion. It's not just debates that you should be having with other people, but you should be doing this yourself as well. You should constantly think about the things that you believe and why do you believe them, or why do you follow it in this specific way? Why? Say, for example, you lean to the right and you would consider yourself a Republican in the USA. Why? Take a look at some of the policies that party follows, and how much of that do you agree with? Why do you agree, or why do you disagree? And break down these arguments. And then if you're on the left, if you're a Democrat, do the same thing. Look at the information you're being fed. Think about the things that you already believe is true. Break it down yourself to its own logical conclusion, and then see what you think and try and make your own mind up. You got to have these debates with your own fucking mind to know if you're on the level or not. And if you're not doing that, then you probably believe bullshit you've been fed by the mainstream media.
Yeah, I think the best time to do that is that when you wake up at 2 a.m. in the middle of the night, sit there, smoke half a joint, and then contemplate the world and what you think
Yep.
of it and why you think of it.
Mushrooms helps with that as well. A few
yeah,
mushrooms.
yeah. Just sit there and
Acid
think.
will definitely help, you know.
Right. I'm not sure if it would, because acid, you can be a bit too far out there in the acid trip rather than to stay in the real.
Yeah, it gets to that stage though.
You must,
after
yeah,
about 6 hours.
I suppose, yeah. But when you get, but then you feel physically drained to then really be able to think properly. So yeah.
Well, mushrooms is good for it for sure.
Yeah,
a gram or two of mushrooms.
The right amount of mush. Half a gram, I think, better if you want to think properly. Because 1 gram, then you can start pushing the mushroom giggles, and then you can just start losing track of what you're thinking about. So I think like half a gram or less is probably a good 0.4 of a gram, maybe. With some penis envy, right? And have a good think.
And that's it. And think about everything, you know, whatever you want, you know, what is spirituality? What is reality? What is the bullshit we're being fed through the news? Is this even real? Is it just a simulation? I don't know. I think about all sorts of crazy shit.
Did they have enough fuel to get to the moon and back?
Did they go to the moon and back?
Yeah, exactly.
Is space even real? You know?
Yeah, exactly. Is the Earth as flat as a pancake? Or is it more shaped like a bowling ball?
At the end of the day, we don't know shit.
No, exactly.
We know nothing.
Well, we do know some things, but are they real? If you know what I mean.
Well, what makes sense?
Yeah, we know things, and we know things. Well, we know some things for fact, if you know what I mean. Well, like your car, I know if I get in my car and I drive off somewhere, it's going to get me somewhere, unless it breaks down. But I know that's a fact, if you know what I mean. So
well, let's look at this one, the flat Earth thing, right? You know, these people got with the whole flat Earth conspiracy, and it's like you don't know for sure, and that's what they would say. We can't tell information, but you can try, right? You can get a telescope. I can go out. I've got a telescope. I can go out and I can look at all these planets. You know what shape they are? They're fucking round. Right?
It's all round.
Yeah, I can go and look and see that these things are round. I could see shadows of the rings of Saturn cast upon Saturn. And it's all fucking round, man. All them stars, they're all round. You're trying to tell me about the Earth is the only flat thing? How does that even make sense? So, you know, you'd logically take this argument apart. Is the world really flat? Break it all down, and you'll figure out that, no, it's probably not fucking flat. Can I see it for myself? No. But judging by all of these pieces of evidence, it's quite likely that we live on a ball. And that's what you have to do with everything. It might seem stupid, but, you know, it's easy exercise for you to start with if you don't critically assess your own thoughts. Yeah. And, you know, start with that one. Why is flat Earth bullshit?
If you want to start with something simple, if you're a sports fan, why the fuck do you support the team you support? Have you even figured that out, if you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Why do you like the sport you like and not another sport? Why do you like American football and not soccer? Why? Yeah, they're both football. If you know what I mean, both played by professionals. It's both good earning sports. Why do you like basketball instead of baseball? Both use balls in them, different shapes. Why baseball instead of tennis, sort of thing? So why do you like playing cards and poker instead of, or why do you do mountain climbing? So figure out whatever it is you do. Do you know why you like it, sort of thing? And then because you do it and you like it, then you'll break down quite easily why you do it and why you like it, and then start applying them questions to other things and everything, especially politics. And then eventually you might come up with some more critical thinking, and you won't be brainwashed by the extreme left or right, and you come up with your own logical thinking. And logical thinking is generally don't shoot someone who's just trying to discuss things with you. And one of his mantras like, I want to change the world with 1 million conversations and something like that. And it's like, what the fuck? It's like, that's what the university is almost like a brainwashing process, but it isn't to brainwash you to the far left or right, but it's more as to brainwash the shit out of you, if you know what I mean. It's to literally clean your brain.
To stop you from thinking critically, in my opinion.
Yeah, it definitely
like
is now.
People who go through that system, you know, especially nowadays, I'm not too sure.
It's the reverse of what it was meant to be. Because when people went to university originally, they studied like Latin and they studied 5 languages and fucking
it's what you do when you go there. When you go to a system of education like that, you go in there and the majority of courses are going to be like, we're going to tell you this stuff. You're going to remember it, and
Yeah.
then we're going to ask you further down the road, what
Yeah.
did we tell you? And you have to tell us what we said to you.
You're not
and get it
learning
correct.
engineering. You're not
So
learning something
That's
structural.
it.
Yeah,
You're not
that's the problem.
critically assessing everything these people are telling you. It's like receive information, spew information, receive information, spew. No critical thinking, no cogs of your own to try and work out, is this bullshit? Why does this make sense? Why does that make sense? No critical thinking, just consume, spew. And that's what's going on with all the information. And there's people who, in my opinion, who have gone to university and just lost that whole skill of critical thinking whatsoever. Just absorb mainstream media, movies, TV, whatever, just absorb information, spew it out. No thought process. And I don't want to offend anybody when I say that, of course, because the last thing I want to do is offend anybody. This is just my opinion of it. You know, people lose, if you lose that ability to critically think the information that you're receiving, and, you know, if you can't question your own positions and try and prove yourself wrong, then you're probably just absorbing bullshit.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
totally.
Am I ranting again?
Yep. Cookie Grow. He goes. Cookie goes. Maybe he says maybe it started with pirates. They started saying the Earth is flat, so they had an easy getaway. Maybe they want to say it's uphill though, because then it's like harder to chase a ship uphill, isn't it? Everyone's thinking, what? A ship uphill? And exactly, that's the whole point. That's the whole confusing manner.
Silence. Then that was exactly, cold silence. Did you hear that, Brian? Yeah. No, you didn't. You know? Shit. Sorry.
That's all right.
It's just, you know, just expect better, man. No, I don't want everybody to think the same things that I think and, you know, have the same stance as me on everything, because what kind of world would we be in then? That would be fucking boring. We're supposed to have differences of opinion and we're supposed to be able to discuss them. And the fact that people are celebrating the death of this guy when all he did was express his views, it just horrifies me to think about. And of course, you know, I'm a free speech absolutist. People say whatever the fuck they like. So if people are out there celebrating, that's on them, man. That's their right to do so.
Yeah,
but I am also have a right
also,
to be fucking.
Yeah, also, and if you're their boss, you have the right to sack that motherfucker because you don't want someone with such low morals representing your fucking company as well. Maybe. If you know what I mean. Mm-hmm. So just because there's freedom of speech, don't mean there's not freedom of consequence from that speech. Because if I walk up to you and maybe shout and scream in your wife's face, that you have the freedom to do that. But then I have the freedom to smash you in the face for doing that. If you get what I mean. So because you're being offensive. Do you feel what I mean? So just because you have the right to do something doesn't mean someone else, like, as in say something, doesn't mean someone has the right of consequence to then to give you the. But it's also like the consequences in what's moral and just. If you know what I mean, to shoot someone who you're debating isn't moral and just. To maybe go up to them and shout and argue them with vigor and some bit of anger in your voice, then yeah, fucking go and do that. He probably respects you for doing that, and he wants you to do that. If you know what I mean, and that's what he was there for, sort of thing.
I don't know. I think it's easy to get angry, isn't it?
Yeah,
this is the thing.
But he was there to deflect that anger and to ask you why are you angry, and then to critically think about it, and then that's what he wanted to debate and discuss. How do you feel about this, and then discuss how you felt about it, whether it was in an anger way or not. And that's the issue, is that shooting someone like that is almost a bullet to society as well, as in civil society. It's like saying
think about
we don't
the impact
want
it's
to
going to
live
have
this
now.
no more. Yeah,
and because there's other people who, like Stephen Crowder, he used to go out and do the prove me wrong thing, you know. But it got too risky for him. So there should be how many more people out there having debates leaning from the right side, because this has happened to the leftists. Let's face it, people on the left don't have to hire security when they're going to theaters and shit, do they? People on the right do. You know, and you have to ask yourself, why is that? You know, it's just their opinions they are expressing, the people they are offending, obviously getting triggered, and they can't keep it civil. You know, you see who hires the security for the events, and Stephen Crowder is one of those guys who has to hire a shitload of security. And people can't afford that. So they can't go out and have these debates. We should see a lot more, but because they feel at risk. So when you see things like this, what happened to Charlie Kirk, it stops people from doing that. You know, it makes the voice quieter. I know people are talking now, but there's going to be less people going out there. You think Ben Shapiro is going out and do one of these events anytime soon? Don't think so. Stephen Crowder? Don't think so. You know what I mean? All these right-leaning voices who are not going to go out there and have their opinions heard by these people in that way now, as a result of this, has a huge effect on what happens. You know, the people are going to feel as if they can't discuss certain things because this could happen to them, and the violence they'll suffer.
The thing is, as well, like when fucking the left went mad, Black Lives Matter and all that, they went crazy and burnt cities down. It's like, if we were the right wing who supported China, actually that right wing and the fucking Nazis they thought we were, then every left wing person would be in a fucking ditch now and dead, and there'd be tanks rolling across America, wouldn't there? Really, over that's how strong people feel about Charlie Kirk. But instead, they stood there with fucking candles, giving a fucking vigil. Yeah, because we want to do this the debating way.
Yeah.
If you know what I mean?
And no cities have burned, have they?
Cities have burned because of this. And I tell you what, there are people out there who want to burn cities because of this. But because we are refrained and we're fucking civil people, we haven't. And this is the fucking issue we're getting to. It's like, how far are they going to push society until people just explode? And it does go into this craziness, because what the fuck are we going to do then?
I have a question for you guys, 'cause when you're saying this kind of stuff. Now that Kirk has been assassinated, a lot of people view that Nick Fuentes is going to take that audience and maybe spin some of that audience into his worldview.
It's possible.
What are your thoughts on that? Because Nick is a little more aggressive, shall we say?
Like they're talking far right,
Kirk.
calling everybody far right now. But when you really see what the far right actually is, you're going to be horrified, you know, because but like people like Nick Fuentes, I haven't seen much of his stuff. I've seen enough. I know where he stands on a lot of views. But, you know, I don't watch him too much because he seems very extreme, you know, compared to what
I've been watching him so I could understand more about it. And he speaks almost with like a cloak, and that's why it makes me wonder if, because obviously those two hated each other, right? So as time fades, if Nick gains more and more of an outlet, and people have now, society as a whole has now said, you know what, I don't like this person, I'm going to assassinate them. That's the part that I think is potentially what just happened on September 10th.
Exactly. Yeah, totally. It could lead to that's what I said. The civil war isn't literally every single person choosing one side or another and then gunning each other down. It's the extreme left and the extreme right shooting at each other across America, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. And around the place, people are still going to try to get to work and do their shopping.
Yeah, exactly.
There's going to be gangs fighting each other in the streets.
Yeah, basically, that sort of type of thing. And obviously, we don't want that. England as well is heading the same way in a different way, though. It isn't sort of like the left versus the right as such, because we're a smaller country, so we've been overtaken in different ways, but we still have major left wing issues in this country. So it's like.
Well, I feel in the UK right now, and I'm sure you see it too, Billy, one of the biggest dividers going on is immigration.
Oh yeah, totally, yeah. Because we're an island nation, so obviously the best way to fuck us over is to get as many people into the country as possible, because you swarm a place with people, then it can't work. Ireland's going the same way as well. It's almost worse.
France,
Germany. France, Germany, Spain.
It seems as if, because it's not just one country, is it? It's a collection.
The whole Western world, Canada,
why?
Australia. Yeah, why? It's
and all
especially
the same
us
as well.
Yeah,
it feels like the UK is a little bit further forward with the boiling point. You know, it's like well, I don't know, because I'm not in Germany and France and shit. But here, it feels like tensions are so high. Something's gonna break soon enough. You know, something's gonna happen, man. It's scary. There's a tension in the air, and I think many people feel it. You know, on both sides, man. And that shit's going on in all these different countries. It feels as if it's orchestrated somehow, you know?
Well, that's the problem. Demographics only change through organisational, if you know what I mean. Demographics change slowly. If that's why the UK has been the UK area and Europe how it is. It's been settled because we've been able to settle in our own countries, and the French have become French because the demographics don't change much. It's only like, I think it's been less than like 2 or 3% across Europe, if you know what I mean. So everywhere in Europe, pretty much, it's 97% of France was French, 97% of Germany was German, if you know what I mean. And it's only over the past like 50 years that that's changed, sort of thing.
Well, massively over the last 20.
And yeah, and like I say, and that's just accelerated. And over the last 20, especially 10, and even 5-year period. So if you go like 2010 5-year period, it's just changed phenomenal. That countries are non-recognizable now, almost basically, and that's the issue. People would not recognizing their own country.
Well, I think it
like,
depends where you go, don't it? The big cities are definitely changing. But
the cities is what runs the country, though, isn't it? Isn't most of
mm-hmm.
their finances comes through London, and if London's not, if London is 60% foreign born, then it's not their capital city anymore, is it? We don't own it. It's 60% foreign. They have 60% foreigners own it.
So it wouldn't surprise me, and because this is where the conclusion comes for me, is this is all orchestrated by the governments, who all of the governments are just all linked up to be part of one big conglomerate. Illuminati, the WEF, whatever you want to call them, they're out there, man, and it seems as if they're controlling all this shit. Otherwise, all these countries wouldn't be going through the same shit, and they're essentially doing it so shit will kick off, tensions will rise, shit will kick off. There'll be civil wars across Europe, all these different countries fighting against each other. Just trying to, left versus right, and then say indigenous, for the lack of a better term, against migrants. All this shit's going to kick off, man. And it must have been done by, the Illuminati or some shit like that. But I feel it's just to take control from us, because when we're afraid, we'll hand over liberty. What's that bit? Liberty, those who exchange freedom for, those who exchange freedom for safety, or liberty for safety, deserve neither. Something like that. George Washington quote, maybe. I don't know. But they're gonna, because we're so afraid, like, we're gonna hand over our rights to them. So we're gonna have this digital ID where they can just scan us and know exactly who we are. And we're gonna have the social credit scores coming in with the digital currencies, so the government can be in complete control of everything. When they're in control of the currency like that, if you speak out against them, like the people, not even just the truckers. Remember the trucker convoy in Canada during the COVID times, and was like, "Oh, we're not going to take
shut their bank
fuck
accounts,
you."
didn't they?
Not just their bank accounts, but people who gave money, like, "Oh, I support these truckers. Let me give them some money to keep them going." They shut the people supporting them. Their bank accounts shut down. That's crazy shit.
That was Justin Trudeau.
Yeah, that's right, man. Up in Canada, but
hopefully not every prime minister would act that way.
No, but this is the way it's coming, because they're all part of the big group, aren't they? They all have the same incentives, man. They're all ran by whichever group is in control of the government. Is it WEF? Is it State Street? Is it Vanguard, BlackRock? All of these people they're in control of the government by the look of things. Otherwise, we wouldn't be seeing the same shit going on everywhere. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
totally.
Then these motherfuckers take over, and then you won't be able to speak out against them, because they'll just turn your fucking money off. Like, "Oh, we heard you say that vaccines are not safe and effective. You can't go buy shopping today. You're going to have to starve." Know what I mean? You can't use your car today.
That's actually in the Bible.
That's coming, though. Do you feel as if that's coming? I feel like that is definitely the direction we're heading in. There'll be something, and they'll give us under the guise of safety, like, "Oh, it's for safety." Because we had them big troubles with the migrants and people clashing. We want to make sure everybody in the country is legit here. Okay, so we give everybody this digital ID, and when the police ask you, "Where are your papers?" you must provide. And if you don't provide, you get arrested. And they say, but they wouldn't. They're just using that as an excuse to make sure that we have all of this shit. Oh, we can't use cash anymore because it's being used by the drug gangs. So to stop the drug gangs, you're just going to do digital. Then it's slowly bought in. You know what I mean? Step by step.
Yeah.
So
even though all the drug dealers use Bitcoin, they're going to go digital. Right? Yeah, it's like fucking.
We'll be on digital currencies in the next 20 years with ID cards and shit. And they'll have full control over us. And if you speak out against them and you disagree with them and their narrative, no matter what it is, then you will be punished for it. That seems as if that's the direction we're heading, and hopefully not. But that looks like where we're going.
See, the thing is, I can also see us going, like, if we do go in that direction, I think eventually people will just had enough, and you have like a revolt happen, and then we'll soon see on where
maybe
where all the armies do stand. It'd just be interesting to see how far that it's all going to get pushed, because that's what we're living through now. We're living through that time scale. Everything we've discussed, all of it could happen or not. So, but we're definitely going to live through something along that lines. If you know what I mean, they want digital currencies. They've been discussing and they're trying to implement them.
Or
Trying
maybe
to
not.
make us.
Maybe we just need to start watching the news and shit. Maybe it's just
Yeah, but
does
stop
not make
watching
us
the
angry. Nothing
news.
really happening.
Don't stop them saying the news, does it? If you know what I mean. So they're going to be brainwashing someone. So you need to find out what they're trying to do, to then fight against it. If you ignore it, then how are you meant to be critically informed? That's the whole point, isn't it? You need to be like informed about everything, everywhere.
Are we informed though?
No, then that's the
we're in
problem.
the
We're
safety of our
not informed enough. We're safety of our own bubble,
right.
basically. Yeah, and people do like to stay in their safety of their own bubble, but then you can't blame them. But then also you can blame them because everyone knows now that we need to get out of that and to find out what's going on, because we are being controlled a bit too much by the so-called the Illuminati, to not give them a better name, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, whatever, because it's out there.
Yeah,
It seems
it's out there. Yeah, exactly. So it seems like we are being controlled, but we're
the Illuminati by any other name,
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, whatever they want to call
Hey,
themselves.
you guys want proof that there's somebody above the president? The Epstein files on both sides
exactly,
proves that somebody behind the scenes is going, nope, we're not doing that. Nope, fuck off. And whoever is pulling that, and I would imagine it's more than one person, that's really scary, man, because if our country is protecting pedophiles of the world, there's obviously no limit to what America would do. And I don't know how you guys feel about Trump got an amazing plane from Qatar or Qatar, depending on how you pronounce,
But when you say Trump, it's not Trump, is it? It's the president's office.
Well, all right, fair enough. But in Trump's honor, America got a plane, right?
Right. Mm-hmm.
And then so how do we respond to that? Well, we get Hamas to go in there and have a meeting where we're going to talk about peace again. They did this in Iran as well. And then we allow them to get bombed. And that's the part that I feel like we're not informed enough. But when that kind of stuff is going on, that seems very reckless and almost like unbelievable to me, that we would accept gifts as a country and then go and without their permission start to manhandle basically what's going on in their country. And so then when Kirk's getting assassinated basically on live TV, a lot of that stuff is very I don't know how deep you guys want to go with conspiracy stuff, but like when the guy jumps off the roof, right? Where's the gun at? Because he just jumps off, then he runs away. There's a lot of
but I think the footage isn't great, so maybe it is there, like in a sling on his back.
All
or
I'm
something.
saying is there's always. I almost feel like, and it's to ad nauseum, and I'm not trying to say that this is. There's a lot of potential things for Mr. Kirk to get murdered on live TV that go beyond almost like Lee Harvey Oswald style.
Yeah, I understand what you mean there. Yeah.
There's a lot of people.
Proper CIA shit, like.
There, yeah, because of what he was saying before he was assassinated. He was speaking his own mind, from what I could tell. And he was on with Megyn Kelly, and they both were saying things that I don't think certain people that are very powerful in this world wanted them to say on a platform like that.
Oh, and yeah, the issues they're discussing were very edge issues, yeah.
Very edge issues for those two, right? Because they're supposed to be, I would almost say at the beginning of Charlie's career, he was a Zionist. And now if he's not, from what I understand too, he got $40 million from various donors throughout the world. And so when he started to speak his mind on certain things, because they gave him so much money, that pissed them off. And this is all, well, to be fair, one of his best friends was talking about how Charlie was scared about certain things from a worldview. So all I'm saying is that I hope this isn't some kind of. This seems like we're very reckless all of a sudden with the way, like when Trump was campaigning, he was talking about more like peace and all of these things. And I truly thought that he meant that shit because he kind of puts the kibosh on all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, but also,
that's not what we're doing anymore. We're going over there and we're being almost egotistically aggressive. Like,
But
okay, we
he
did
did
this.
say
What are you
peace
gonna
through
do?
strength, if you know what I mean. He said peace through strength to show that you're willing to do fucking to shut people down, just like the way they bombed the fucking drug dealers in the submarines and the boats. They're not fucking about no more. It's like
Yeah.
yeah,
Well, to me, that's a totally what I'm saying, man, is the fact that we're going over there and we're kind of like
yeah. But this is what I'm saying.
doing.
They're not fucking about, but no more. But with all issues, like it doesn't matter. If you know what I mean anymore. It's like the issue. The nothing is too big to then actually do in a strong, firm manner to say we are now becoming the actual police of the world again, rather than being corrupt and stealing
We're
everything.
not, nah, we're not the police, dude. We're
No,
we're
no.
just doing whatever we want.
Exactly, no, but that's what the police do, isn't it?
Well,
Because
not.
they're the biggest bully.
There's
If the
still
police want
some like
there ain't no bigger
to,
bullies than America. No one's got more guns and weapons and money behind them, really. There is a few others, but who's really willing to use it around the world?
Billy. If I came over to where you live and I gave you $1,000 as a gift, and then you took that gift, and then 24 hours later you came to my house and robbed me because I gave you that gift and you
Yeah,
took all my
I know
shit.
you got more money then, so it's like, well, you can afford to give me that.
But
I'm
I
going
would
to take
feel,
more.
and I feel like that's what, whether it's Trump or just the administration as a whole, has done that to certain countries, and Gutter is the latest version of that, and I don't understand why we do that as a country, man. Because
Because you
it's
can.
right, but
And that's
But it's
literally that
because
is
it's a
literally why,
corporation, isn't it?
because they can. It's you're not
Yeah.
really a country that
how
represent
pissed
the
off.
people as well, are you? They represent a lot of other conglomerates. If you know what I mean. So it isn't just for the American people. It's for the American people also include companies because they're classed as people almost, aren't they? If you know what I mean.
That's right.
So. I think sometimes, obviously, you do go too far, but sometimes I don't think we have gone far enough, sort of thing. It's like declaring that
Yeah,
the
for sure.
drug
We go too
cartels,
far on too many things, and then
yeah,
not far enough on things that matter.
yeah, and I think that's the issue, and I think that's where we need to get as a society as well. We need to start doing, and as a people, individuals like us, demanding more in our politics. So I do think that eventually we might get there, but it's going to be a hard fight to get there. If we do, it's gonna cost us, I think, blood, sweat, and tears. We ain't gonna get there in no easy way. But we haven't got here in any easy way. We've gone through 2 world wars. How many people died 100 fucking years ago to get us to where we are now? Because we had like 100 years of peace in Europe, where we've had centuries of war. So it's only because we've known relative peace in our lifetimes, because we've created that as a society, that now everything's going real tits up again. We're not sure, if you know what I mean, what to do, because we've lived in relative peace for most of our lives, since the 60s almost, if you know what I mean. That sort of like 50-year cycle has now come to an end. It's like, no mate, the world's getting back to how it used to be before, and that's us all fucking killing each other. Because how many times have you think the English and the Spanish fought in wars over on ships, same as the Dutch, for centuries, if you know what I mean? And now we go on holiday to each other countries. Like we fly over to Amsterdam regularly. Yeah, go and visit their museum with all their ships in. Like, it's a bit different to like fucking 200-300 years ago. Like they would shot each other with cannons and muskets and shit.
And they had duels. Remember that?
Yeah, we're duels. Like people you
It
can
was like,
slap each.
yo,
Yeah.
You want to talk shit to me? Let's do this. One of us has to go.
Exactly. So sort of like we forget where what really was, if you know what I mean. That we are a people of war. That's where we really stand. We ain't really comfortable unless we are at war. We're in fight flight sort of thing. But we need to create a better fight flight than rather what we got now, if you know what I mean. And again, I do think it's the immigration as a big part of it, because if we do mix too much, then we're all fighting over the same resources. It's like, well, if we all stayed in our own countries and built them up more, then we traded with each other properly, then we wouldn't need to move about, because everyone would have everything and we'd be able to visit each other. You know what I mean? But because governments are so greedy and the people have hoarded everything from everywhere. No one's got nothing, and then the people are then left to then scatter about. So then you're not connected to a country. So people feel nothing for their country. So why should they bother staying when they can go and get it from another person's country? It's like the WF, Illuminati, and all that have created the craziness we're in now because it suits them better if we're not fighting for ourselves and we're fighting each other.
Somebody's playing the long game.
Yeah, basically, they're playing like the 500-year battle. They're thinking like we'll have this done, sewn up by the year, like, well, maybe they thought the year 2000, like back in the year 1000. It's like a 1,000-year journey to get us to here, to where we are now. Because they do sort of control the world in a way. Look at COVID. How much control did they have over the entire world when they said, oh yeah, you're all locked in your houses? Everyone just stayed in.
Look what they do with the media as well. Same thing again. Media being the problem. They're in control of the media. They tell they tell the media what they're allowed to report if they want to keep their sponsorship.
What tell everyone what to think and how to think. Yeah, this is the story you're coming out with, and this is how you're going to say it. This is the narrative you're following.
I will say that at least in America during COVID, there was a switch where the majority of people, especially generations below me, are now getting their news from non-major sources.
So mainstream media, but you shouldn't call it legacy media is what you should call it.
Legacy media.
It's on its way out for sure.
And that's why I think more and more people are starting to find out proper information about world politics and are starting to turn against the way that basically the things that are happening in Gaza have been portrayed for a long time. People are starting to wake up to what's really going on in the world. And I think that scares very elite people.
Mm-hmm.
Because very elite people, wealthy people, they like chaos, but it kind of needs to be controlled chaos, right? They don't want like a full-on riot. They just kind of want to crank the dials a little bit. And I
think some of them are actual psychopaths, and that's what they want to see.
Well, whoever put the bricks out during BLM, that person is a psychopath. And I would imagine it was Soros. But yeah, that the way that certain people already play with
yeah, but it wasn't him that physically done it, was it? He might have supplied the money, but he wasn't the one that drove around the van and then unloaded them bricks.
No, but if you're paying for it.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. But people actually took that money and done it.
I'm not implying that he drove around and dropped off bricks.
No, obviously not. But I know he supplied the money. But I'm saying that it's not just him though. That's his money. Obviously, is fucking doing all the shit. But it's the people who are willing to take a large amount of money to fuck up over people. They're definitely psychopaths. If you know what I mean.
Do you know who Uma?
No.
I forget her name. She used to be married to Anthony Weiner. Do you guys remember that scandal? Like he sent it. His name was Anthony Weiner, and he literally got busted sending his dick pics to an underage girl.
Weiner dick pics.
He was married to Uma. I forget her name, but she was
Uma Thurman.
an aide to Clinton. Right.
Oh. What?
Now that woman is marrying George Soros' son.
What? Yeah, it's nothing dodgy going on there at all, is there? See, that's where that's where the sort of strange things go. But it's like Maxwell's, Ghislaine's dad, if you know what I mean, and then how she marries Epstein, and then it all ties into some fucking paedophile ring, which her dad was a bit of a spy and held information on people. That was his job, and that's how he earned all his money, and that's how he liked his power. If you know what I mean, he liked having a hold of people because he knew something for his newspapers, investigate people, got them for something. It's like how the interactions all fit. Very, very it's like from one. It's like a big triangle, which is why they're called the Illuminati, isn't it? I suppose because it is a big triangle of people who are all connected, and then reconnect again. So it's the same circles and squares to make a triangle. Because you do, if you stick the circle and square and all that together, you get all the triangle bits, didn't you? So I think that's how it works.
Things are mad, man.
It is. Shit is.
I don't see. It feels like the Civil War term is getting thrown a lot around
Yeah,
recently.
totally. Yeah.
And maybe it's just being used too much. I don't know if Civil War is coming. Some kind of unrest is coming. I just
Yeah,
this tension's so high.
maybe
Man.
maybe you take out the war word and just put unrest. Yeah, civil unrest. Not quite war, but there is unrest. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And it feels as if that unrest is orchestrated in some way. So the governments and the powers that be have an excuse to pass certain laws that will end up benefiting them and their donors.
Or they're trying to
That's what feels like
orchestrate
it's
it,
going to happen.
and if you know what I mean, and they're obviously getting pushback because that's what people do. So, but is the pushback what they want though? If you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's it. You just don't know, do you?
Yeah, no.
They could be playing some huge chess game at the top that we don't even know about. Man.
4D chess, as they say.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this is 5D chess, man. They got. Can you imagine the pool of bright minds that like the NSA and CIA have?
Mm-hmm.
And then they all sit around and have these think tank things that are funded. Right? We could just sit around and have somebody paying us to sit around, three of us, and chat like this.
I wish they fucking was. I need some.
Well, you got your
money.
Check, right?
No, mate, I'm bounced.
Just
fucking
me?
hell. What? Yeah,
If I thought that human beings can have that, or certain human beings have that ability to basically affect world affairs.
And the thing is, as well, I mean,
boardroom meeting.
Yeah, you would think that it's some boardroom meeting, a group of minds meeting together, but it probably isn't even that nowadays. I mean, BlackRock in the first place, when they were just a young company, didn't they get huge from playing the stock market with their Aladdin software? And it was so accurate that they just got loads of money. So they could have a piece of software like, how do we cause this to happen? And it could be like ChatGPT. Oh, open all borders, make people scared of everybody, break people up. We don't just want males and females now. We got to separate them all up into different generations. We want millennials, boomers. So now the millennials and the boomers hate each other, and the fucking Generation X versus Generation A, and all this shit. Now we're separated into that, and it's like, yeah, we haven't divided them further now. We want to get them broken down even further now. Add the LGB to it, and then add the T to it, then the Q, then the 2IA. And everybody's just, and then the left and the right, then the far right, and the woke. All this shit just divides us into all these little categories that it's just so easy to find something that you disagree with somebody now, or don't match up. We're not in the same boxes. Nobody fits into boxes when it's broken up to be fucking that small. You know what I mean? Everybody's going to have something that's different from everybody else. It's fucking crazy, man. So I think it's all part of their plan to just break us all down, make us all afraid of each other, make us all hate each other, break us all down financially, and make us all tired because we just work all the fucking time and still don't have a good life. And just break everybody down, make them all afraid, and at some point it's going to crack. Because one of the reasons why people don't crack is because they've got stuff to lose. They don't want to lose the house. The kids have got to go to school. You got to feed the kids. Got to buy them shoes. Keep working. Keep your head down. Can't afford to lose the job. Keep going. But at some point, when you have nothing to lose anymore, because no matter what you do, you can't have it, then at that point, people are going to fight back, aren't they? Yeah. And I feel that's where we're heading.
That's where we are now. Yeah, totally. Mm-hmm. Well, it's like in the UK now at the minute. It's like it's completely mental, especially with the immigration side of things. It's like it does. But I think even worse than that is sort of thing. It's not just the illegal; it's the legal one as well. The amount of people that they're allowed to bring over, we didn't agree to it. But also when you look at who's in position of powers in our country as well, it's not even like English people with English descent running it. Like the Home Office now, as someone who's literally sort of gone fighting for and saying she's mostly prefers other countries to the UK, or has almost talked down the UK people. It's like, and she's in charge of the Home Office. It's like, what the actual fuck? It's like, we used to have a law in the UK that said that you could only be in a position of power in the UK if you had English parents. Yeah, and that got rid of. They took that out. So and I think that's the reason they took that out, so they can change the countries, if you know what I mean.
It's all part of the plan, man.
Because if you haven't got people who've been here for centuries and your heritage is from where your land, then you're not tied to it. So then you don't care about changing it because you haven't got no ties to it. And I think that's what's going on now. Is the French are starting to realise that France isn't for the French anymore. Germany, the Germans are Spanish, and they're like, shit, we're all losing our heritage. The fuck is going on here, sort of thing, and they're waking up because they know we've been to war. Everyone over the 50 has all their grandparents' stories of the war in their head, and they're like, what the fuck? What did they all fight for? And then we know actual history. It's like, what the fuck did Europe fight for? It's like, what have we been doing for the past 30 years to change so much from the past 300? If you know what I mean? So it's to me now, it's the people have woken up to this realization of change now has come, and they're like, "Fuck, we actually."
Well, I think they woke up a while ago, but the thing is, more and more people are waking up. But
more people are getting together as well. I think more people start to realise that we come more collective, like with the demonstrations in London today, like the Tommy Robinson Unite the Kingdom March and all of that malarkey.
Between 100,000 people and 3 million people were there, depending on which sources you look at. How crazy is that?
Yeah,
that's a stark fucking difference. That is 100,000 versus 3 million. You're gonna know if it was more than 100,000, right? if somebody's claiming 3 million, but these networks, nobody's telling us the truth anymore. This is the problem.
That's the issue. Yeah, that's the problem. There's an important event today happened in London, which is one of the capital cities of the world, almost, isn't it? Like if you had to name capital cities in the world, like London's one of the first. It's definitely going to be in probably the top 5 of what people say.
Well, it's the financial capital of the world, isn't it? That's what they call it.
You're going to say like London, New York, Paris, like maybe Rome and Milan, like fucking shit like that. It's like Singapore you'd throw in there, and like maybe Dubai, you'd probably throw Dubai in there. People start asking for Beijing and all that. Yeah, that's what I mean. Like you'd start throwing Hong Kong. You maybe say Hong Kong as a place. You know what I mean? But London's one of the most mentioned, and now it's just not English anymore. It's just not changed. It's not what it used to be, and it's owned by everyone else. It's like the amount of properties which are just owned by everyone outside the fucking, like, from Russia or from like Ojbekistan, or fucking Chinese people own it, even Americans or other Europeans. But it's not. It's all the rich people. They just own
Perth to that list. Sorry, but
there. Perth. Where's that?
So it's somewhere under the border somewhere. I don't know.
Oh right, is that New Zealand?
Yeah, the place next to that. It's next door to that. I can't remember what it's called.
Oh right, yeah. Oh, isn't that fucking the old prison place, Alcatraz? Maybe it's
Kangaroo Island.
Oh right, yeah, it could be. Yeah.
Oh, Sydney.
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 Oh, Sydney.
Perth is in Sydney. That's where we meet.
Yeah, Perth is in Sydney. All right. Cheers, Cookie Grow. Wherever you're from.
Geography.
So, yeah. But it is. It's like, which is something that geography is there for a reason, because an entire tribe raised themselves and built themselves up to create that geography. That's why there is in Afghanistan, because they went through wars to create that country, because they... If you know what I mean, go to Africa. How many countries are there? Because they created their countries. It's like now they're all being destroyed as well. It's like everyone that leaves their country is also destroying their country by leaving it, because it's like the brain drain and the work drain. What are you going to leave just behind all the people that are not capable of doing things? If we're getting all the doctors and engineers, then what about the countries we're draining? It's like it's like a vicious circle, and I suppose we don't know what to do with it, and that's where the internet is now, is the discussion of the debate coming back to the world of what do we do with our current situation.
Well, is it even safe to debate anymore, Billy?
Well, not in the UK, eh? We can get locked up. In America, you can get shot for it now. So it's not safe, is it, to debate? Which is...
Nope.
You think they've created that themselves, and that they wanted it to be that way? We're too scared to now discuss what we need to discuss.
Oh yeah, that's definitely what they're doing, especially with this Online Safety Act.
Yeah,
it's definitely what
sure.
Now, how many people
locking up people for tweets?
social media posts? But that's it. When people see this, so there's been many times I went to post something on the internet and being like, "Oh, better not post that
better not
nowadays."
post that. Yeah, and then deleted it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
just in
backed
case.
out.
Nothing too bad. But the online rule is if you could cause distress or offense to somebody, which is so vague. You know what I mean? You might not purposely go out there to try to offend somebody. You're just saying something which you believe on the internet, and then they can come and arrest you. Just how many people are not saying things? Because that's what they really do. They're stopping us from saying things. You know, people don't have that discussion, so now people are less likely to. You know, we've all this like the Million Man March today. This is what I'm going to call it.
Yeah.
If the government had full control of the internet, then they'll like they're getting, but people are less likely to talk about events like that now. Like, oh, I can't let them see me talking about that event because they'll consider me far right and they can turn my credit score off. You know what I'm saying? So this is their plan, man.
That's the problem, isn't it? It's proper 1984 territory, isn't it? And which is where Live from Airstrip 1 get its name from. And it's like, it is scary that we are living in that time. Like 1984, 2024, 2025. Does it really matter what the number is? Because 2 and 2 always equals 5. So.
Yes, it does.
Yeah. And that's scary that we're in that equals 5 realm, and I'm still shouting out 4. Everyone's still shouting out 4, but some people are giving it 5.
About 4?
Yeah. Well, 2 and 2 equals 4, doesn't it?
No.
It equals 5.
5?
Exactly.
What are you talking about?
Exactly. See, Brian, see where I'm going? See what I've got to work with?
They're still fucking crazy. It's clearly 5. I don't even know. I can't even understand how you get 4. Makes no sense.
Because I don't add it together.
But for real, man. For real. That's how it's like with some people. You just follow what they said on the TV. Just follow it. They are telling you the truth. They have your best interests at heart. They just want what's best for you. So listen to what the TV tells you.
They're only keeping you safe.
That's right.
Yep. Safe from all the stabbings and rapings. I don't think
people feel safe in America right now.
No, nobody feels safe. It's one of those things that we've lost. Nobody feels safe anymore.
Fuck it. The National Guard gets sent into Chicago, and then all the gangs are starting to go, yeah, we're going to shoot you up with our switches and that. It's like, what the fuck? It's like shooting your own troops. Are you Americans or what? It's like, it is like, to me, that's civil war. If you know what I mean. That's crazy. There
are parts of Chicago that are wilder than a war zone.
So you should send in the army and then shoot all them cunts who want to play with guns, so that everyone else can then live peacefully.
Okay,
no, but it's true though. If this was the Wild West, you would have a gang of people like me going in there with their guns and shotguns, killing all the bad men, and making our town safe. Yeah. Because that's what used to happen, which is why our villages and towns were fucking safe, because people like us used to do that.
Mm-hmm.
But no, we don't. If you know what I mean? We passed it on to our government because we thought, oh, it's all right, the government will protect us. They'll keep us safe. And now they don't, because they've allowed, and they clearly fucking don't, which is why it's got to the point where someone in the government has said, okay, I've got to keep you safe, but because it's got to the point of madness, I've got to send in the fucking Marines. Because if the National Guard are getting shot at by gangs, it's like, well, then you're shooting the American army. Okay, we send the fucking Marines and tanks.
You know what I mean? They can't exactly turn around and be like, oh, they shot us. We better just leave them alone.
Yeah, it's out. No, exactly. They're not going to say, oh, we're going to walk away from Chicago. No, mate, we're going to come in there with the actual fucking army. If you want to play with guns, I'm going to play with guns. This is fucking America. So this is what happened like in hundreds of years ago. Yeah, this is how America was formed. That's what America fucking stands for. Yeah, and to say it doesn't stand for that is to not understand what America is, and I fucking do, because they fought my country to fucking get away from my government, and I live under my government, so I know.
Yeah, but that was ages ago.
Yeah, I know, but it wasn't. Not. Do you know how old are the human species, man? We're a blip in this last 50 years of what we've gone through, if you know what I mean. So don't think that we've really changed that much. Our technology's changed, but we're still the same fucking people and the same species. And we're just going to do it in a slightly mental way. Because we are. We ain't a stable species. So we're going to have to do it in an unstable way. And that's fucking scary that we have to do that. I don't want it to happen. I don't want people to get shot at and America to start rolling their Marines just to take Chicago back from their own gangs. But if the gangs are coming out to say we're going to shoot American guards who are just coming there to protect people from being shot, it's like, what the fucking choice do you actually have as a government? How do you protect the people? It's like, what? Where's the logic in this? It's just playing out I'm saying this because I can think about what's going to happen in the future, what's rolling out. If you're going to say you're going to do this, and this is going to be the fucking reaction, isn't it? It's like, so we're
deterrent, isn't it?
Yeah, deterrent. Yeah, exactly. It's like, well, what are you then just going to say? Oh, it's okay. So then the cartels in Mexico be, we just take over Los Angeles then. If you know what I mean, you just start losing parts of America, and then they will become fucking hellholes. Are you going to live in that? Are you going to live in a gang-controlled area when the police can't even go in there? So no, you're fucking not. Yeah. So it's like, what country do you want to live in? Would you want
valid points, man?
Yeah. It's like, so it's like people don't think of the logic of things and where it really truly ends up. Yeah.
That's it. When you take the logic to the conclusion.
And this is the problem. People are not taking things to a conclusion and rolling with the scientific fact. They've put in emotional and feelings. Oh, you offended me. You offended my feelings. And fuck your feelings. And it's like, this is logical and fact. I think the bear that's coming at you ain't going to worry about your feelings, is he? He's just going to rip you apart and eat you.
Of course he will. If he's a Care Bear.
Yeah, exactly. So, but then that's logic and fact. If he's a Care Bear, then you can sit there with him and have a joint. But if he's not, even he's a grizzly bear, then you're going to start thinking, I might sit with a man rather than a bear. But at the minute, all the women want to sit with bears rather than men, and that's where we got to. That's how fucking crazy it is out there, isn't it? If you know what I mean. This is where the fuck do we go from here? This is why I think we are on a path of civil war in both places, because society's got to the point where that's the only thing to cure society now. Which is crazy. It's like, is it really? Shit. What are we going to do then?
AI
and how are we going to go back? That's what I'm hoping. That's what I'm really hoping, that AI or something comes along to stop us heading in the fucked up path we're heading in. Because I don't want it. I really don't. I don't want people to die and shoot at each other and go mental and crazy just because of over a piece of land. Because we've
people
been doing
are falling
that
in love with their Chat GPT.
Yeah. Well done, Brian, for bringing that up, because again, that is another reason we've all gone fucking mental and we've lost it and we're not following logic and reason. People are falling in love with a fucking, I was just gonna say a robot. It's not even a robot, is it? It's fucking,
it's like a reflection of
You're not being very inclusive right now. That's not inclusive language. It's okay for people to fall in love with ChatGPT.
Fuck robots.
Fine. No, that's a terrible thing to say. That's very phobic. I don't know what the phobic is yet. They haven't invented the word, but you know it's coming.
Yeah, isn't it? Yeah. But
I'm pre-offended.
Yeah, I'm pre-offended. Yeah.
But no, that's what it's going to be. It won't be long before people are allowed to fall in love with their ChatGPT. If you want to, don't be so phobic. It's completely natural. It's a normal thing. Yeah,
oh, they were trying to include fucking paedophiles as one of the it's one of the sexualities, if you know what I mean. Like and it's like, what? Yeah, like it's normal.
Weird.
So what? Well, yeah, exactly. Fucking fuck that. Like, it's part of you getting shot and stabbed in the face. That's what it's part of. Fucking hell.
Well, it's fucking crazy right now.
Do you guys know who runs the Utah prisons?
No, who runs it?
I'm going to say BlackRock.
Well, it's Utah is mostly Mormon. Like the shooter's family was Mormon, also Republican. I don't know why they're not really saying that part.
You can
But
still get fire. You can get death by firing squad still in Utah, can't you?
yeah, and
Yep.
the white supremacists, they're gonna feel a certain way because he murdered Charlie Kirk, right? And so I think that this kid is in for a world of hurt once he gets into prison, and I would almost bet that he's gonna get touched
Well,
before
I heard somebody say this quote the other day on one of these reels, and it was a mother having a go at somebody who had, killed their daughter and was in court. And she was like, I've just got to tell you, you might have got A's in school, but you're gonna get plenty of big fat D's in prison.
Wow. That's what the mom
Yeah.
said.
Well, that was the mom said to the guy. Yeah,
Dude,
That's funny.
they're gonna kill that kid.
yeah.
Yeah.
Sort of deserves it in a way. Not many people
he
do
chose to
deserve
do
it,
that,
but
it,
it's like that's sort of like you choose your own fate sometimes, and that's what he's done. It's like there it is. It's like,
did you see the video where he hesitated?
no.
Who hesitated? What do you mean?
There's a video in the neighborhood when he's walking, and he like walks, and then he kind of like you can see whatever is going through his mind, and then he kind of starts to take a few steps back, like maybe I shouldn't fucking do this.
Yeah.
But then
Okay,
he
I haven't seen
pulls
that video.
himself. Well, I would watch that, man, because it's very telling. If if all of this adds up and he really did this, I don't know how deep you guys went into this, but supposedly he pops off a shot. It's a almost perfect shot, whether that's luck or not, whatever. Then he goes home and he starts blabbing about it to his roommate, and almost immediately starts talking about it on a Discord. Like that almost doesn't make sense. And he was talking about how he had a drop point.
Yeah, but
That's how they found the gun.
the adrenaline flowing through his veins after doing something like that might just make him. Oh, I've got to talk to someone, tell someone about this, just because he's so high and rushing. He has to tell someone. He can't keep it in.
You're thinking as a normal person here of what somebody who has got the capacity to shoot a man for the things he fucking says, to plan it like that, to go up onto a rooftop and to actually shoot a man like that. That's a different kind of mindset. We don't have that mindset. We can't understand how somebody like that thinks and acts. We just don't understand a brain like that. We're different kind of people. So that's something. Maybe that kind of person who is willing to do something like that would go home and start bragging. Yeah,
especially if they're high on the fact that they've just done it. If you know what I mean, it's hard for them to keep to themselves because
Did you guys see who turned him in?
Yeah,
his dad.
Right?
Yeah, and a pastor.
Yeah, because he found out the kid mentioned it to the dad. So when the dad found out, he took him to the pastor, told the pastor, because they wanted to come to Jesus or something. I know, and then they decided, gonna call the police to hand him in. And how difficult must that be for the dad? Because that's shit, man. Because as Billy said, Utah still has death penalty, right? So
he said before he was caught that he was gonna. The governor said that the death penalty was whoever did this. That's what they're going for.
But also, the dad's thinking, well, he could be aiding and abetting a fugitive.
Well, but still, this is your son.
Don't want to be tied up. I know. But do you want your life to be tied up with that? Maybe he doesn't have such a close relationship with his son, though.
It's your son.
Yeah, but some people don't have a relationship with their children. My mum never had a relationship with me.
That kid was so sloppy, though.
So, you know what I mean? So, it's like... You saying it's your son that's your relationship with your son.
Yeah, but the thing is, and it is difficult to think. If your son did something like that, it's so hard for that guy. But he's done the right thing. It's what you
yeah, totally.
But to know that you're handing him in, and the consequences of his actions could be the death penalty. That man is I don't know. He's brave for doing that. He's strong for doing that. I don't think many people have got the capacity to do something like that. It's the right thing to do. But everything in you, evolution, genetics is going to tell you, I can't put my son in a position where he could potentially be killed. This guy did the right thing anyway. So,
dude, he's not gonna. If you guys learn more about how prison works, man, this dude is dead man walking.
Oh yeah,
this would be such a notch in someone's belt. And in Utah prison system, It's one of the only few places where the white supremacists run the entire prison system.
It's so also it's like there some people just itching to get that notch on their belt. If you know what I mean, as
Yeah,
well.
that would be huge.
They
That
live
kid's
they live for it. Yeah,
sloppy.
yeah.
Yeah.
It'd be
Like
like
the guy who
some.
killed
what,
Dharma, wasn't it?
Did you see that they put him? It's known as the turtle suit. He's in that green, like suicide vest, basically.
Okay,
Right.
yeah, yeah.
Good. Fuck
So
that
when
guy.
you're in that setup in prison, you're basically like in the shoe, but it's a different kind of shoe because you don't have a toilet, you don't have a bed because they're watching you. So the disgusting part of this is that you basically have like a hole and you piss and shit in there, and that's it. That's all you get. So right now that dude is in that turtle suit, butt naked, having to take poo poos
In a hole.
in a concrete hole. So his life is immediately changed. So
Good.
yeah, I want you guys to realize like
Oh yeah, I understand what he's going
American
through. Now he's
prisons
been
are
arrested.
certain
Yeah.
things. Yeah, but he's
Well, yeah, it depends on what prison you go to, but then certain prisons are actual hell. So yeah,
done.
yeah,
Good.
yeah.
He's too high profile.
I hope he doesn't die too quickly. I hope they make him suffer. Sorry, I shouldn't say things like that. You shouldn't, but you know, the guy deserves to suffer.
Yeah,
for what he's
yeah,
done.
because of what he's done to society, if you know what I mean. Not just
Yeah, he fucked
to
up.
Charlie. Yeah, what he's
How many
but-
house moms have seen real violence? You know,
yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
probably not.
But
many. And then they
also,
saw that.
how many university kids have actually seen real violence over such thing as debate? They must have a lot of them must have been really shocked that actually happened as well in front of them. They're like, oh, yeah,
Good point. Yeah,
sort of thing. So it's like it's
it almost
changed a lot
doesn't
of
seem
people.
real in this country.
Yeah.
You
Mhm.
know? There's always
Yeah.
wars going on except for here.
His wife's made a big statement as well, basically saying the wrath of her is coming, which is good.
Yeah.
If you know what I mean.
I saw her speech. Yeah, it seemed very poetic. She seemed,
Didn't it?
yeah. I mean,
Well, that's people forget that like God may be very peaceful, but also there is a wrath of God as well, and the wrath of God is like sending a whole flood to completely wipe out everyone. So like it can be quite like brutal when he wants to be. So it's like, how far is she going to go? What information does she have, and what's she going to do? If you know what I mean, because obviously she's going to be done in a Christian manner.
Well, I think they're Christians, and though
Yeah.
they got the Old Testament that has all those stories in where God or Yahweh is committed all these atrocities, but the teachings of Jesus Christ is different, and that's what they follow.
And that's
So
what
it's
they
not
follow,
as if they're
yeah.
going to be vengeful. They're going to, turn
No,
the
it's not
cheek.
vengeful, but it's still gonna. No, but it's not gonna be turn the cheek. She's gonna make sure that shit changes. If you know what I mean, that's what she's saying. That this isn't fucking. This isn't just gonna.
But making
under
sure
the
shit
carpet.
changes is not like the kind of personal revenge.
No, not
see
personal,
things
but
that
make
are-
America
they gonna go that
changes
way?
as a. They don't. They no. America has to change now in some shape or form. If you know what I mean, it's going through a massive change, like we're saying with Chicago and all that, and then with like the Charlie. Shit needs to change across the world before we go into a complete breakdown of what we know. If you know what I mean, it's coming. There's some sort of breakdown is coming, but it's who is in control of that breakdown. Is it the people or is it not the people?
I think people are honestly at their breaking point. Here in
Mm.
Denver, even, there's so much
Yeah.
road rage that we've had 3 people in the last week die on this highway called 25.
Damn.
So
that happen
people are
often?
just constantly. It's starting to, like in Denver. I don't know how your like highway systems work, but for whatever reason, people now just change lanes constantly, like it's a video game. And in between those lanes, there's people that are driving on their phones, texting, whatever. It's a very weird mix, right? Well, every now and then you go from basically 80 miles an hour to 0 miles an hour because there's so much traffic. It's like it's
Congestion
called
at a junction
rolling-
or something. Yeah.
It's called a rolling roadblock because it just happens naturally. Like there's nothing blocking the highway or anything. It's
So you
just
know what?
because
That's
people are fucking
random
stupid.
tangent. No, it's because there's one person who has applied their brakes too harshly unnecessarily, and then the next person behind them is like, oh, what the fuck, press the brakes. That's 3 people, then it's 10 people, and it builds up. There's a video on it on YouTube how that kind of shit happens, and it's just simply can be caused by one fool braking too harshly.
That's just happening every day in Denver, pretty much.
Fuck, isn't it?
It's crazy.
And yeah, people ain't paying attention. And if it's round the corner or something, your time's reduced if you don't see it, and trying to stop when you're going 80 miles an hour, it's not easy. No.
Do you guys have? Is there such thing as road rage?
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. Of course
bro.
there is. Yeah.
Where people are literally trying to kill each other, or is it just
Yep,
you guys want
people-
to punch each other?
Go to the boot, pull out your crowbar or your iron bar, whatever they.
Your switchblade.
Yep, some people will in the UK. Knives are very common. Machete in your boot.
Yeah, but
Baseball
usually
bats.
it's just shouting at each other out the fucking window, finger up, fuck you, can't fight you. You know, that kind of shit. Nothing crazy, but it does get crazy as well, like anywhere. But I've seen American guys. I like to watch videos about, just minor car crashes, just cars driving, like dickhead pulls out, shit like that. Dash cam videos. I like that kind of shit. I think it helps me stay aware when I'm on the road, like expect fucking everything to happen.
Yeah.
So I watch
Hell
that
yeah.
kind of shit.
Expect every drain to explode. Like,
But I've seen like American guys come to the UK and be like, what's the difference between UK driving and US driving? And all of them have said shit like in the USA. One guy, he was driving down the road and somebody reversed off their driveway to carry on driving. So the guy had to slow down and adjust his driving, which he shouldn't do. And he's like, you see, now here in the UK, I found out that's not a big deal. People just slow down for a second, let the person go, and then everybody goes about their way. But in the USA, people are like, that's a personal attack against me. They've done that purposely to piss me off. So they get angry and just road rage kicks off so much easier in the USA. Do you get a lot of road rage like that around, well, where you are, Brian? What's it like?
Yeah, I mean, you see it. You see, it happens so much that even my kids have seen it. Where, well, we have this weird rule in Denver where when the traffic slows down a little bit, motorcycles can go between the cars.
Yeah.
And so, because that law is allowed, now
Lane
these
splitting.
motorcycles, yes, but they're doing like 60, 70 miles an hour while traffic's doing like 5 miles an hour. So now, to protest that, it seems like certain people are now, like when they see the motorcycle coming, they are moving their car to block them from doing that.
Wow.
Because it is legal, but you can't do it that fast, right?
that's
So to
dangerous as fuck,
retaliate,
innit?
fuck yeah, man. To retaliate that, now it's like the motorcycle, I guess, vibe in Denver is when somebody tries to do that to you, you break their mirror. You break their side mirror because that's pretty easy to do.
Yeah, it's easy
And then
to do on a
that
bike.
causes, yeah, man. So then when
Not that I know
happens,
these sort of things.
you got the dude that happened that, he's got a little RAV4 that's trying to keep up with the motorcycle, and then the motorcycle takes off, and then this RAV4 is driving like crazy. I've seen that multiple times.
Yeah, I've witnessed road rage like that.
Well, between motorcycle and cars, like what car can keep up with a sport bike motorcycle?
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
nothing, man. Yeah.
I'm not so bad nowadays. I went through a phase of just road rage, man.
It's hard not to sometimes because it
people are
does
just
feel
so
personal when
inconsiderate.
people brake check you and shit. It's
You
like,
know,
dude,
it's like, what the
just
fuck
trying
are you
to kill
doing?
me? Yeah.
Exactly. Do you not know how dangerous that is? Just inconsiderate people thinking about their time is more valuable than mine. Cutting people up, not paying attention to the rules. Like I pay attention to the fucking rules. So I'm a civilized person. But there's so many people who fucking don't. And it's like, why am I abiding to the rules if this fucker doesn't? There's no consequences. It just rages me. That inconsideration that people have on the road. It's like, damn, man, you just have some fucking respect. But now I'm not so bad because it's just like, fucking again, what
Yeah,
can
it
you do?
happens so
Just try
much.
to like
Yeah.
stay in like the far right or right lane or the second to right lane, because those people seem to always go to the left lane in America.
Right.
And then that's when you'll see like accidents happen in front of you.
Mhm,
I
mhm.
personally was involved in an accident from this in March. I mean,
Boo.
it happens so often. It destroyed my family vehicle, so we had to wait 3 months and get a new vehicle. Yeah.
Damn, man. But you get used to it. I don't have road rage very much now. I do sometimes. I'm more like when I'm trying to drive, like just about 35 in a 30, and somebody's driving in front of me at 28. I'm like, what the fuck is this, man? Got places to be. What do I?
Oh, you get it here in Cornwall where you're fucking on the Cornish roads where you get some cunt doing like 35 miles an hour down the Cornish roads where everyone else is doing 50. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And because they're not used to it and they're still braking, like when they see cars coming at them and thinking, oh, the road's really narrow here. It's like you can get 3 buses through that, mate. Or you get fucking cyclists on small country roads. And it's like, how dangerous do you want to make it for people to overtake you? It's like can't you just go be a cyclist on an actual normal road, please? Like, and not make it like risking everyone's life for a
Why
takeover.
do you have to wear them fucking clothes, man? Put some normal shorts on. You're not fucking
innit?
Tour de France. What's wrong with you?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Sorry.
But it's just the small roads they cycle on here because it's so.
Do you get that, Brian?
It's crazy.
Sorry?
Do you get like people who dress up in like cycling suits, lycra shorts, and aerodynamic helmets on push bikes? Do you get that?
Yeah, dude. Have you ever heard of Boulder, Colorado? Those guys think they're in the Tour de France every day.
Yeah, right.
Basically,
because we get it in the UK. Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
Oh no, Mad Dog's a cycler. Oh
Please
no.
come to Boulder.
No.
Please come to Boulder, Colorado if you guys ever want to see that, man. They call it helmet head and helmet pants. When you're the guy like gets off and he's getting his latte and he's waiting in line, it's like, dude, everybody can see your dick. This shit is ridiculous. Like put a jacket around your little cycling outfit.
Don't all people that ride cycles have pencils for dicks?
I don't know, Billy. You would know that. You've probably seen more than I have, bro.
Yeah, because they got their lycra, but there's got no bulge there, so.
It's very true, actually.
Isn't it? Exactly. It's all got pencils for dicks.
Riding bike pisses me off. It's like, I've got young kids, so my boy wants to go for a bike ride sometimes. So, I've got a decent bike. I don't put all that gear on. I just go in whatever clothes I'm wearing. I don't give a fuck. Jesus. But man, he pounds the shit out of your ass, Fucking them saddles to sit on those fucking things. It's like I'm used to a nice, comfortable seat in my car. I have to sit on this saddle. It's like, goddamn, the next day my ass feels bruised, feels like, I've been in prison, ran through cornfield backwards. You know what I'm saying? Fuck bikes.
Only your gimp's allowed to do that, isn't it? Hey?
Exactly. That's it. How does anybody enjoy that? Just saying, lads.
Well, so they got pencil dicks and they like it in the arse, and is that what you're saying?
They like their ass being pounded. That's right.
Exactly. Yeah, so. Well, that's maybe.
No offense, Mad Dog.
I was gonna say, maybe someone's got slightly offended out there by that. Mate, apparently he don't wear pants while he does it, so he does it naked. What? You don't wear pants while you do it? You at least put some clothes on, mate. Come on, that's going to chaff a bit, innit, on the old balls.
No. Wants to be fully aerodynamic.
Yeah, and exactly, yeah. Get the breeze up there and everything.
Shaving all the hair off and everything.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I suppose because it's shaven, innit? Does he shave all his legs and everything? That's what I want to know. Mad Dog there with his fucking...
That's what I don't get.
With his epi lady or whatever it's called, shaving his legs.
And it's like, to be more aerodynamic. It's like, why? You're not in a race. I can understand if you're on a race and shit. That's cool. But
that's what I don't understand. Yeah.
Just putting all this gear on.
You want to get to work 2.53 seconds faster. It's like, what?
Because there's aerodynamic.
Yeah, exactly.
Really, bro?
Yeah, man, they're aerodynamic. You see them, in Boulder. They get out of their Toyota FJ.
Try and save a few seconds off the time when it's taking you 10 minutes to get changed each side.
Isn't it?
Just
so maybe do your shoes up a bit quicker. Hey,
you know what I mean?
Get slip-ons and then shave off half a second, innit?
Yeah, frightened turtle, man. Why are you showing the coffee?
Yeah, innit? Get your sketches on, mate. Get your sketches on, for fuck's sake.
Anyway, that took a tangent, didn't it? Fuck
innit?
Yeah.
Fucking, we've been here for nearly 2 hours now chatting shit.
Yeah, it's been fun. It's been interesting. And it's been controversial, as it should be.
As it should be. Exactly. Allegedly.
But, I don't know, for the final point on Charlie Kirk there, fucking absolutely tragic. And there's lots of things that I didn't agree with Charlie Kirk on. Only a few. Probably disagreed with him more than I agreed with him. But
yeah, I'd say that's true.
That doesn't matter. Guy never committed violence against anybody. You're just expressing what he believed, and he should have been
Yeah, he
able
didn't
to
seem like a
discuss that.
hypocrite.
No. Seemed like a really nice guy from what everybody says on the internet. You know, to personally know him, he was always happy to help people. He's a good husband. He's a good dad. I mean, you know, just
Yeah,
because of
very
the things he
sad.
was saying,
Building an
somebody
empire.
thought
He
they had
probably
the
would have
right.
been president one day.
Yeah, they're saying that. They're saying that. Maybe it's a
Yeah.
possibility, but
Or somewhere, he would have been somewhere in like, you know, Secretary of State or something like that.
absolutely crazy. Poor guy, poor family. You know.
Yeah, just see
Does
it
it
all
make you
wiped away
wonder
like
if,
that.
like, what do you think would honestly happen if somehow like Candace Owens or Tucker Carlson or somebody that also was starting to change their views on certain things got taken out?
That would be scary.
Yeah. Yeah, we could
'Cause
be
I
heading that
wonder-
sort of way, couldn't we?
We really could be, especially if like even just a simple copycat.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It could be what people gonna do. It's like
Or
what
somebody
line.
who wants retaliation. You know.
Yeah, we
So
need.
they go for somebody on the left rather than somebody on the right. That'd be crazy. Because the left have their pundits too.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and some
but-
crazy ones as well.
In our opinion, crazy. But
Yeah,
in other people's opinion, they'll be thinking, oh no, this guy makes complete perfect sense.
yeah,
And you know,
Have you ever heard Rachel Maddow? Do you know
Ugh.
who that is?
yeah. Of
yeah.
course,
What a
we know.
terrible, disgusting person.
Well, it's just funny that like
She is funny though.
it's almost like North Korean like propaganda.
Yeah.
Because I enjoy watching. I read a variety of different places to get news, you know,
Mhm.
and I like watching her videos because by then I've watched like CNN, Fox News, The Guardian, Daily Mail, even Anti-War. That's a good place to see what's really going on.
And then you see what Rachel Maddow
and then you
saying.
see what she says, and you're like, "What the fuck?" Dude?
It's like watching a comedy skit in a way, isn't it? Because it's so
But there's
extreme and
people
stupid.
who watch that woman and think that she's 100% legit and telling the truth.
They don't fact check her for
No,
anything, because
nothing.
What she says is just. I feel like she just goes up there and says like Nancy Grace style. I'm just gonna say wild ass shit, and then if something sticks on the wall, then I'm gonna make a weak show out of it.
Terrible, man.
Proper grifter, as they say. Yeah.
No, it's this this new term I've heard coming out is Goipa. What's it? Have you heard this new one?
I've heard of it. Yeah, I've heard
Groiper
sort of
Wars.
seen it
That's
about. But
Nick's-
what is it?
That's basically Nick Fuentes versus Charlie Kirk. That's why I was asking you guys what you think about that, because I don't know if you guys really. Nick Fuentes is growing at such a pace that Candace Owens and Tucker Carlson were calling him a little gay kid in his basement.
Mhm,
Okay,
mhm.
I haven't seen enough of him. I'll have to watch him to see more about what he is.
But I will
seems,
say this: Nick
quite far
Fuentes
right.
says wild ass shit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I like.
But if you listen to him
seeing-
speak,
Yeah.
he's very eloquent in the way that he speaks. which
Okay,
is
I get what you
very
mean, yeah.
dangerous.
You should definitely check him
Yeah.
out, Billy. Definitely check
Yeah.
him out.
I love watching people to see what's going on in the world. Who's trying to persuade who and what and why. And
I would say he's better for his age than Tucker Carlson at getting the youth, especially the white youth, their attention. And
Yeah.
the shit that Nick Fuentes says.
Well,
is
yeah,
dangerous.
he's gone pretty much viral recently because he released a video, something like called "Dear Black People," and he just
Yeah,
went
he
on
says a
some
lot.
rant against
Oh, was
black
that
people.
He's
him?
kind of a troll
Yeah.
too, though. Yes.
yeah.
Yeah, it's a
But-
bit of both, isn't
It makes you wonder. Go like, okay, like what part of him is real then? Because if the troll, if you're saying, and the N word with the hard R, and you're doing that to troll so that people start to listen to you because you've been canceled, like that's a weird
Yeah.
way to try to get.
It's
people to
rage
listen
baiting.
to you.
The
Yeah.
algorithms promote this shit because people interact with it, and then it just grows, man.
But if you listen to him speak, though, this is why it's to me it's eye opening. When he's not speaking that way, a lot of the stuff that he says, I could see where if I hated life, I lived in my basement with my parents, and I started to feel a
Mhm.
certain way about society, that I would probably start watching Nick Fuentes on a nightly basis. And
Mhm.
he's starting to do a nightly show. And
Wow.
it's weird that Charlie got popped like that, right? As it was almost like they were going to have their Tyson versus Holyfield moment, because
Mm.
Nick was trying to get Charlie to debate it, and supposedly Charlie would debate anybody except for
Yeah.
Nick Fuentes for whatever reasons.
Mm. Interesting,
Interesting.
man. Interesting.
So as I was saying, we are in an interesting part of the world right now, in where we go from here. Sort of like it is very 1984 at the minute, isn't it? In the journey.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Man,
we
we're
are
out
in
here
that journey.
accepting gifts, letting other people bomb. It's weird, man.
Yeah.
That's the kind of stuff that's weird to me. Is
Well, exactly like what's going on both in and out of our countries is just odd. It's like everything's a bit questionable. If you know what I mean?
we're
Yeah,
we're as a country, we're protecting pedophiles publicly now, and then we're accepting mega gifts, letting bombs happen, bombing countries that we. Iran truly isn't really that big of a threat to the United States. So there's a lot of things that we've been doing that just seem like very bully tactic, where you don't think that there's going to be some kind of repercussions for doing that on the world stage. But that's crazy.
yeah, in an odd place. Well, hopefully we'll be coming back in a few weeks. Really, hope.
Well, normal schedule next time. First Saturday.
Yeah, yeah, it should be, which is the 4th. But let us know, Brian, when your show is, your date, your next show.
Yeah, I'll double
And
check all that, guys.
yeah, no worries. And thanks for joining us this time and chatting some mad shit.
Yeah, just say that before we leave. You know, we don't mean to offend anybody. If you've managed to get this far through the episode and not be offended, and you're still with us, then congratulations to you. But I doubt anybody who was offended would have stayed. But if you
No.
did stay, thank you. We don't mean to offend you. We're just talking about shit. You know what I'm saying?
And if we did offend you, then ask yourself, why did we offend you? And
Yeah.
question that, because maybe we didn't.
We're honestly
You
just
haven't
having
questioned yourself enough.
kind of our own dialogue. I wouldn't necessarily say debate, but our own dialogue, because the three of us don't
Yeah.
agree on everything.
Exactly, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And if I have offended anyone, I don't really care, to be honest, because like that's your issue. Like, come fucking have a debate with someone then about it. Like,
That's right.
fuck's sake. Like, but cheers, guys. Thanks a lot again for
Yeah.
our crazy chat.
Yeah.
And we'll have more crazy chats soon, I assume. Thanks for everyone in chat out there for chatting shit and for listening. Anyone who's listening, thanks for listening.
Yeah, and drop in the comments what we should talk about next time. Let's go.
Yeah, man. Yeah, if you've got any ideas, give us a shout, and we'll chat shit about any crazy shit, really. Because we like crazy shit. So, cheers again, everyone.
Oh, and one more time, yeah. R.I.P. Charlie Kirk. Tragic.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, R.I.P., man. Very tragic. Let's send our condolences to his wife and 2 young children.
Mm-hmm.
So they're the same age as my kids, man. It felt
Damn.
a little extra.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so it's
it's a
hard,
little-
huh?
Bit, yeah, hug them a bit more tonight.
Yeah, bro.
So, well, I'm going to end our broadcast there, guys.
Thanks for having us, Billy.
Yeah, man. Well, I'm going to skip to the outro anyway for you bunch of chankers, and you can all have some music. So, wave and goodbye. We're waving now. Everyone's waving.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Bye. We're still waving. The waving is still going on.